My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is July 28th, 2024. It is 2:43 a.m. I've been searching to see, what tweets I can share with you. I came across several tweets. I'll probably do two videos. The first video might split into two parts, part one, part two, where I have some stuff regarding the UK and some politics in the US. I know I had posted on my community board that I'll not be talking about politics in the US because the things that I was seeing were very depressing, and it just didn't feel good of what I was seeing. But after Kamala Harris came in the ticket as the main opponent, things change. So when I come across some tweets, I think I'll be sharing them with you, and I have a lot to share with you. So I have several of them. I don't know how many, but a total of 15 tweets. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So about 11 tweets about the US, and then 4 tweets regarding the UK. They are a lot. I don't know what I'm gonna say once I start viewing them. So I might split them into two. And then I have some stuff for PYTE, and that's Meghan and the Hampton. I've already posted some stuff on my community board for you guys, and I'm sure if you follow others positive Sussex Squad channels, they're probably talking about it. So this is why I'm not really in a rush to share things, to put videos out and things like that. I put them on my community board, and then when you get a chance, I do the videos, you get to see it. Okay, so let's look at the numbers. Feel free to skip. All right, 4,405 subscribers, new subscribers, welcome. So yesterday I went visit some family and friends in the Bronx. So I took some pictures while my husband was driving. The traffic was horrible, so I had plenty of time to take pictures and videos. So I put a short video out. That's what this is. Okay, it already has 156 views. Okay, analytics. There it is here. I had 2,954 views. So I hope you guys subscribe to both, actually 3 channels. PYTE. I mostly talk about the positive things about the Sussexes, since this channel is monetized and both of them are monetized. But when they demonetize, I focus more on the channels that's monetized, but pretty much is about the Sussexes. This channel, it's a little bit more about the Sussexes, but more gossip. But PYTE focus more on the positive things and things that the Sussexes are doing. And I have another one, which at one point it was monetized, then YouTube demonetized it. I have no idea why, but some of the content that I was putting that were from the Nigerian visit, so they demonetized it. This focus mostly on their work and the Invictus, more focus, literally focus on their work and things that they're doing. Okay, sometimes I put gossip, but gossip about their work. If let's say I come across, for instance, Germany have really focused on the Invictus part of things, where they doing summits for their vets and things like that. So maybe those tweets, I will read some of the comments and think what people are saying under those tweets. That's what, when I mean some gossip, but it focused on their work. Okay, so this is the background. Let's go on Twitter. So I truly suggest you guys to subscribe to all three of the channels. I don't have videos every day on our Port of Pew service, but on this one, this is where the gossip is. There's a video almost every day. I try. There are days I record more than others, and I'll split the videos. So I try to have at least one video per day. And also, for those who are new, my channels pretty much focus on people who don't have time, who are not on Twitter. This is where all of my information come from, Twitter. So there are people who don't have the temperament to be on Twitter because it's so negative. You know, I shuffle to Twitter to look for the things that's worth sharing. So it mostly focus for the people who are not on Twitter. And I recommend you subscribe to other Sussex Squad channels who talk about other things as well. Okay, so that's that. So I came across this video and it has a little bit more info from what I've already shared with you regarding the ITV documentary. What was the documentary called? Something on trial, tabloid on trial, or media on trial, or something like that. So I came across this. The audio is not that good, but I'll try manipulate it when I'm editing, and be ready. It's gonna be screenshots. Okay, what in the cartel, criminal, terrorist, lawless clan is this? Where shows up if you call the cops in the UK because a link gets sent to them. Sick. This is, what is it, one of the presenter in the UK, I think it was in one of the videos yesterday, where he was saying, talking about Harry and Meghan, that if they know where they're going, there won't be any chase. I'm paraphrasing.
You used the word enmeshment. I would say working relationship. There's always been a working relationship between the royal family and press. When Diana was alive and I was the news editor of the Daily Express, we knew where Diana was going to be all the time, because we used to get mysterious phone calls from people saying, oh, by the way, and if she had something to promote, a new dress or something like that. Now that's the relationship between the press and the royal family. We don't chase you around if we know where you are sometimes.
And I'm like, what kind of thing is that? And he mentioned Princess Diana. There are times he will get wherever he was working, will get random calls where Diana's gonna be and all of that. I'm like, what kind of thing is that? Why do they need to know where you're gonna be? And then the nonsense they're gonna write is pure stupidity. Meanwhile, real news is happening around the country. They're not even focusing on that. Okay, so that's that. Prayer shows up if you call the cops in the UK because a link gets sent to them. Why are they so hungry for intrusion? So let's listen to that. 1 minute and 53 seconds, and there's no comment.
So in the case of my flat burglary, yeah, it was quite spectacular in that the whole door had been taken off its hinges. It's a big walk up, like 4 floors up, and yes, they'd been through the flat, and nothing was stolen. They'd been there to get information, and a lot of information about the interior and the contents of my flat appeared in newspapers a couple of days later, and there's never been a burglary before or since.
But back then, Hugh says even contacting the police brought its own risks.
These people live above.
This is the part that I heard, and I was like, I need to share that with you. I mean, what? Something is not right. I mean, I know they're saying there's democracy in the UK, but what is this? What do you call that? What's happening over there? What is this? That's not democracy. The police, the newspapers are all connected, and then when you vote for a politician, look at the Keir Starmer or something, already said he's not going to open the Leveson too. I don't know. Young people need to take control. Look what's happening in the US. We are not a perfect country. We have gun issues. But when you look at what's happening leading up to the November election, people are motivated to say, no, where Trump wants to take the country, that's not us. All right, so let's continue.
The law. And police, I'm afraid, at least at that stage, were as dangerous as the reporters.
Oh my God.
If you called the police about anything, I remember my girlfriend getting mugged just around here, If you called them, you were absolutely sure that the first person who would turn up would not be a policeman, it would be a reporter. Because the Met just got straight on the phone to the tabloids.
Oh my God. And I think some part of the US, I really hate to say that, but are starting to be just like that in the UK, like the UK. Mostly in, I would say, Republican states. When people call the police, you know, there's already issues between racism, police and communities, black communities. Their behavior seem to lead toward what's going on in the UK as well. So there are some part in the US that has this type of things. I'm thinking of something, but it's too graphic, so let me not even mention it. Let's continue.
Most of the more difficult or illegal acts were farmed out to private investigators, PIs, specialising in what was known as the dark arts. And sometimes they had links to the police. Peter, which isn't his real name, was a serving officer.
Yeah, this part was already in one of the videos, but this clip went a little bit further back, leading up to this part we already seen.
Moonlighting as a PI. He says he worked for Mirror Group and News Group newspapers.
We mainly specialised in the surveillance side of things. Anything from accessing voicemails, getting into people's emails, phone tapping.
If you personally couldn't get hold of information, how did you go about finding it? What did you do?
We had a network of subcontractors who could help us with getting any information that we wanted. Some of them were more prevalent in blagging.
This is crazy. This is crazy. And this is why Harry's fighting. It's not just for himself, for all the other people who can't really get to the point where he's at. This is ridiculous. I don't see why anybody will move over there. I mean, every part of the world have some issues, but this intrusion where when you think you're calling the police to help you, but instead they're bringing other people to drive you nuts. This is ridiculous. And then the worst thing is the way they pay these people, they did that on purpose. So they could get extra little penny from, you know, those newspapers people. I don't know. UK, this is your problem. I wish you well. And I hope God give those people who's tormented regular people a baggage to carry so they could leave you guys alone. That's all I could say. Alright? And you guys need to fight back. Find your ways of fighting back. I'm not saying violence. Use the law against them. Alright. So I don't know how long was this. Okay, April 17, 2024. So that was since April. So I don't know if I had shared this with you already, but it popped up on my timeline and I put it on the list. Let's see here. King Charles evicted his son, Prince Harry. Daily Mail said he was putting his country first. How is that? Your own son? British media held him for it. Prince Harry was evicted by his father, King Charles. UK, have you got no shame? Goodbye, Harry. Go where you appreciate it. Okay, let's listen to this. O'Brien tends to make sense out of nonsense.
Just imagine that Charles was persona non grata with the right-wing media and that he had betrayed... This is how you'd write it. Charles betrays his late mother's wishes by depriving Harry of a home in England's green and pleasant land. I'd add that bit as well, a little bit of William Blake there. You can almost hear Hubert Parry tuning up in the background. Cruel Charles, callous Charles. I can't quite get the alliteration. Just sounds tricky. Cheesy doesn't work. So cruel Charles betrays. Cruel Charles betrays late Queen's wishes by stealing Harry's home. Second line. Harry and Meghan denied place in England's green and pleasant land by jealous parent. You see how it would work? Because the Queen gave them a house and he's taken it away. So betraying the late Queen's wishes. That is how Churlish Charles. Thank you. Churlish Charles. Yeah, Churlish Charles. It's tricky that because you're weighing up the alliteration with the stronger adjective. So cruel Charles is much stronger. Churlish Charles. Churlish Charles works pretty well actually. Churlish Charles steals Harry's house. There it is. Churlish Charles steals Harry's house. Second line, late Queen cruelly betrayed by brutal eviction. That's the story, by the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Churlish Charles has stolen Harry's house. The late Queen wanted him to have it. He spent 2.3 million quid tarting it up. And money he repaid, actually, to the public purse after stepping down from royal duties. And lo and behold, Charles has demonstrated his, according to newspapers, he's demonstrated, let me tell you what the Daily Mail have to say about it, because we could always do with a laugh. Charles evicting Harry and Meghan from Frogmore is the act of a king putting his country first. I love showing you how twisted the media is, because if you're not an anorak like me, you probably don't notice. So that headline could easily be exactly the same story. Churlish Charles steals Harry's house. We got it. Callous king. Callous king steals trail of late Queen's wishes. That's it, right? Callous king steals Harry's home. Brutal betrayal of late Queen's wishes. And then you'd have people like Amanda Platel writing articles about how terrible he's trampling upon the grave of his beloved mother. It's so awful. It's just pathetic. It is absolutely, it's the infantilization of a nation. I mean, it's been underway for hundreds of years, but occasionally the absurdity, the hypocrisy, the base corruption of it is so irresistible.
Yeah, they play with words over there. Yeah, he's right. For Charles want positive coverage. So this guy is so dumb. I don't know. So he wants positive coverage, but yet his action is so freaking brutal. People who's not paying attention, who just read the headline or something like that, or Charles himself, oh, look at this, he put his country first. This is a dog bone to throw. Okay, here, there's a dog bone for it. But his action is very malicious. You have your son who fought, risked his life for his country and for Charles himself as well, because he went in harm's way to protect the crown. And then this is what Charles came out and do in return. And meanwhile, he's just listening to the tabloid who don't give a shit about any of them, including Harry. We know that for sure. But Charles only focused, I want positive coverage. And then the headline is pretty much showing the people whose head is on their shoulders that Charles is brutal. Why would he do that? Where was Harry supposed to stay? And I know later on he offered him to stay closer to one of those palaces and everything like that. And from what I know, the Frogmore is still empty. Nobody's living there. Okay, how it started, how it's going. Okay, I'm not gonna go through all of this if some of you don't know. Okay, I'm just showing you this. Pause your screen and read it. Okay, there's that. Alright, and there's another. Harry and Meghan have moved on. Meghan definitely. Okay, true words were never spoken, 100%, 77, thumbs up, true well said. He also betrayed his late mother's wishes by making Camilla queen instead of queen consort, as the late queen instructed. I don't even think the queen was into all of that. They probably forced her to accept that. Or they're gonna do something to, what's the other one? the other brother, Andrew. Alright, there's other things we know about, but there is more that we don't. Cruel Charles cheats Harry out of home. Alright, so that's that. Let's go to the next one. Well, the world is seeing him for who he is. This is disgusting. Lying pig, strike again. She lied and what Meghan made Kate cry and create the most hateful group toward Meghan when she knew it was a lie. Camilla Tomney is a liar. So what is this? When was this? July 27. That was yesterday. You're the one who has created a rift in your own family. At Camilla Tomney discusses Prince Harry versus the tabloid on yesterday's episode. I thought she moved on to write about politics and the intimate details of their life on Oprah. How the hell do you know? Intimate. Intimate seems to be something private. How would you know? But anyway. She knows the truth but bend the knees for the royal family. She's one of their hounds. She lied and creates stories. Why won't the British media challenge Camilla Tomney's a liar on her lies? She is well aware that the royal rift predates the Oprah interview by more than 4 years. Yet this long face, long in the tooth, Harry then repeats lies after lies about Harry and Meghan. She will cash in on Harry's interview for weeks. The interview regarding the tabloid thing. Okay. I was gonna say, what interview? So Harry was on the ITV documentary. Camilla's target audience is only trolls and royalists. Harry's audience is worldwide, and the whole world is witnessing the relentless abuse he and Meghan face daily. So don't worry, Camilla will not make people hate Harry. Her voice is tiny, no impact outside William's fence. That's a very good way of putting it. How these people tried to make everything about Oprah when they spoke out about the abuse they received and forget all the briefing coming from the palace attacking Harry and Meghan. The thing is that there are some people who don't know. So they will get anybody who will listen. And then later on when the people who then know who somewhat happened to listen to her BS, later on find out the truth, then it's not good for her in the long way. It might be good in the moment, but in the long way, it's not good for them at all. She knows all about what led up to them speaking out. She was reporting all the briefing coming from the palace. That's an ad. Okay, after these, that's it. I saw this on Instagram and just blocked everything. She's a vile liar. Only those like her pay attention to what she says, and they are lost cause anyway. There is no helping these people. Camilla Tomney embodies how abusers never like it when their victims go public. I think on my last video I was talking about her when Meghan came out, to say, she experienced a miscarriage, and then the way she went to pound on her, I don't remember what she said, but I know I was very upset with her. And then months later she came out saying that she had experience of miscarriage as well. And when I was listening to her story, I was like, how am I supposed to feel for you? I don't feel anything for you, because the way you had treated Meghan for telling her experience, and you expect me to feel sorry for you? I had no feeling toward her, but I don't wish that on any woman, because many women wants to try, and for some reason things can happen. But her, again, I'm not happy. Well, it had already happened. It's just that when she's talking about it, her experience, I'm like, what the hell? How am I supposed to feel for you after I've already know how you felt about Meghan when she was telling her side of the story, her experience? Alright, she also said Archie was a voracious reader, saying that, yeah, I remember that, saying that's hard to believe. At 2, instead of Archie has voracious appetite for books, he loves us reading to him, and got called out on live TV. Camilla Tomney is a liar. Both her and Niall Garner work for Heritage and Telegraph. Oh, she worked for Heritage Farm. I think I need to look for that video. Or did I share it already? Yeah, it's on one of my videos. How the Heritage Foundation started. Yeah, this is... I hope we get to the bottom of them. Alright, KK finally has a friend, and Corella Tomney, it was about time. She should be up in court for her lies. This woman never tells the truth, or palace tell her what to say. Yeah, the reason they feel confident of going to the public and say their BS is because in the UK, they have the backing of the firm. But if they dare come in the US and say their lies, they will be called out. All right, next tweet. This is my last tweet for the UK. And then we're going to start talking about the US. The irony, you use your son as a shield at Diana's funeral due to fear of people throwing shit at you. You then betrayed, endangered, and put Harry's family at risk by feeding them to the wolves. You never came out and defended your son. #1 deadbeat dad, tabloid on trial. So that was that. Prince Harry. That's the hashtag. Look at his face. God, you need to give him a baggage. A huge baggage. This guy is so freaking useless. Useless. And so cruel. Force the kids to walk behind their mother's coffin, and then for him to get, I don't know, whatever the BS that went in his head. Sheesh. Prince Charles sold out William and Harry to the tabloid. And this is why he trained this one to be the way he is right now, because he was taking them to parties with the tabloid and all of that. And for him to turn the way he is now. These people can only survive in the UK. If they abolish the monarchy and they said they can stay in the UK, I don't know how they're going to survive anyplace else. Unlike Harry, who was able, I guess they were training Harry without even knowing, to be able to survive outside the institution. Obey your king, Charles III took Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's security in a bid to bring them to heel. God is good. God is good. Kensington Palace did awful lot of leaking on Harry and Meghan, claimed royal commentator. Kensington Palace was involved in an awful lot of leaking about Prince Harry and Meghan, royal commentator Robert Jobson has claimed. There's that. That was back in 2021. Okay, so I'm done with this, with them. There's more things about him here. Okay, I totally agree with you, Tekka. Charles is one of the worst type of father anyone could have. He betrayed his youngest son and his late mother for 30 pieces of silver, too weak to fight for your son, too scared of the media to stand up to, and yet you call yourself a king. Really? That's just a puppet. They scare it. I told you guys, from what I've been looking at since I started looking into Harry and Meghan, since the Queen father died, they book the Queen. These people are very tactical. Okay, because of the institution, they cannot do what they want. So once the king died, Queen Elizabeth's father died, and then Queen Elizabeth had a son and he's automatically heir to the throne. So they start booking her, make her busy, send her out different countries, and then leave the Charles behind, and they start training him, okay, mentally. I'm telling you, the UK is good at mental psychology. I 100% believe that the UK is a masterful at psychology, but unfortunately is in the evil side. They manipulate him since he was a child, make him fear the tabloid, or make him believe if you sided with the tabloid, you're gonna get, you know, all the praise and all this kind of thing. Meanwhile, make him forget that he's gonna be king. Yeah, he's gonna be king, but if you sided with us, you'll be a stronger king. When in fact, he doesn't really need the tabloid. Who cares if they write the negative things about you? You're the freaking king. The main thing is how the people feel. The people is the foundation of a nation. If the people put their heads together and say, F this, you're gone. Look what happened to Greece and many other monarchies, a place that no longer a monarchy anymore. They have a different type of system. Okay, so it's up to the UK no matter what. But the tabloid make him believe some nonsense. Alright, so that's that. He's a horrendous human being, let alone king. Alright, so that's that. I don't know if I should put the other tweets with these. So I'm done with the UK. Now I'm with the US. I'll see when I'm editing. I might split them into two. Okay, so this is where I start here. I put this on my community board, and this pretty much explained everything. So when I turned on my computer this morning, and I saw Pete Sosa. There it is here, the hashtag free Pete Sosa. And I was like, is that the same Pete Sosa that I know? I know he is a photographer for President Obama. What's going on?
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.